Welcome back, fellow coding facilitators. Jared O'Leary here with BootUp. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create the Dancing Alone project that was originally for ScratchJr and do this inside of Scratch. Okay, so let's see the original. So when I tap, it causes it to move. I'm going to jump, move up, left, down. Now it's going to rotate. And some different motions and then resets back to the beginning. Okay. So that was the original project. So you notice that it was not pressing the green flag, it was not tapping on the sprite, etc. So let's talk about what this looks like in ScratchJr. So if we zoom in on our code a bit, we can see that there are similar icons in terms of being able to move. Now, because we're recommending that you actually go in the order of starting with the projects where you click and it will make a sound, and so project 8 and 9, and then on project 6 where you click and it causes the fidget spinner to spin, you can add in this when the sprite is clicked and still encourage them to follow the lesson by actually experimenting with these different simulations of the motion blocks. So for example, when we click on the sprite, it will make it so that it still does the same thing where it moves right, moves left, and then it jumps up and falls back down. We can also make it so that it uses the same code for moving in a box. Here's our code for turning. And then here's the code that was moving right and up, so moving an angle, jumping, and then going back to its original position. Okay, so this allows kids to use a simplified interface, and they can drag in any of the blocks in here. And you don't even actually have to put in any of the numbers to make it work. So it'll still work without a number, but if you add in something, it'll cause it to move more, okay? So that's pretty easy. Now, if you got some kids who don't necessarily need to use the icons and actually want to use the motion blocks, you could use some XY coordinates. So one of the things that you could just associate for kids is X means left and right, and Y means up and down. Then you can say a number like this means to add X, or a number with this little negative sign, we could say means to take away X. So it does the same thing in terms of, we have our sprite here. Move this one out of the way. And when we click on it, it's going to move right, left, up, and down. And we just are simply putting a weight in between each of these. Here's the box. Now, this is a little bit more complicated because kids do need to put in some kind of numbers in these parameters, and they need to remember to put in a weight. Otherwise, if you do all of this without any weight, then it's going to go so fast that you can't actually see it move. So a little bit more complicated, but those are two different options for how you could do the Dancing Alone project inside of Scratch. You could use the motion blocks that are here, or you could use the default sprite that has the icons in it that have these different motion blocks in here. Okay, so hopefully you're able to have some fun creating some dances with Scratch using these two different options. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let us know something that you learned or created in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe, like, and check out the links in the description for even more free resources, such as videos, free lesson plans, and our podcast.